You mentioned Rhea. Are you still watching a lot of wrestling? Like, what's your wrestling intake these days?
Honestly, not a lot.
Mm,
I take cliff notes here and there, but you know, 24 years,
right.
over 300 plus shows a year. Like, I watch some big things sometimes, but for the most part, uh, wrestling has been such a huge part of my life that now that when I'm home, I really don't want to think about it.
Mm.
Tune it all the way out.
Yeah, like I kind of I tell people all the time, like, what do you do? What do you do for a living? If you have a normal job, chances are you don't want to talk about your normal job when you get home.
I don't even want to go.
And
Facts. Facts.
so I guess I'm at that point now. I don't watch a lot. That doesn't mean I don't pay attention. I keep up, and I do watch here and there, but I don't make wrestling a huge part of my home life
Hmm.
because it's such a huge part of my. It overwhelms everything else, every other aspect of my life. When I go home, I am lazy, video game, couch potato, Shelton.
Big chillin'.
Oh, you are just like us.
Facts. Big facts.
So what being that you don't you're taking notes on it, who are you taking notes of or what are you taking notes of?
Right.
um, Honestly, just kind of how the business has evolved in ways that I never imagined. Um, for example, like I paid attention to the Paul Logan stuff. I paid attention to the Cody Rhodes stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but it's one of those like Logan Paul killing it. Like
Hmm.
he's absolutely killing it. But I part of me goes when I started, I don't know that he would have gotten such fanfare coming in. You know, so
Huh.
social media has changed the world,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I'm not from that generation, and I recognize that.
Hmm.
So I sit back and I watch, and I kind of see how social media affects a lot of what's going on in the wrestling business, and I
Yeah.
mean pretty much every aspect. But so it's more I pay attention to those things and how people are getting over before you even know them
Yeah.
through their social media and things like that.
Hmm.
You know, I had to do it the hard way. Like there was no Twitches and Instagram and all that. Like people had to see you on TV and you had to perform well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
So it's kind of for me. It's kind of like some of you guys are some of you guys are playing on easy. Not saying it's easy, but I feel like comparably, some of you guys are playing on easy.
Hmm.
But that being said, I also recognize how one compared to when I started, the the women across the board. I'm not talking WWE. I'm talking across the board. Women, the women's wrestling is night and day.
Hmm.
Mhm.
It's not even the same. It's not even the same sport compared to what it was before. Because again, my personal favorite Rhea, my personal favorite serial ass get whipped Mia, um, like the talent levels.
That's hate. That's hate.
Hey, get used to that because I'm gonna find every chance I get to take a shot at it, I'm gonna take it. So
Right.
just get used to that. But like I said, I noticed just how the skill level and what women bring to the table these days
Yeah.
is is crazy. It was unheard of. It was like the women were pretty much eye candy when I first started. Not to make it sound like I'm super old. Like I'm older,
Mhm.
but not super old. But most people think,
You
oh
got
yeah, back in the '60s, '70s, '80s, women were. But I mean, even in the early 2000s, it wasn't the same. And when you look at them now, it's like, wow,
Mhm.
yeah.
they've really changed the game. Like the women are real, legitimate draws for their matches, not for their looks, for their matches. And that being said, we need this is to this is to all social media. You need to be talking about Becky, not Becky. You need to be talking about Bayley
Mhm.
Mm.
a whole
Thank you.
lot more. Like I don't get me wrong, I get it. Everyone's hot on The Rock and Cody and finish the story, but at the same time, I say I even saw CM Punk said like Bayley won the Royal Rumble, and all anyone's talking about is Cody's story. Sorry, give Bayley her flowers, and because I think she's one of the most underrated girls on the roster. Like, I feel like she's underrated and underappreciated by the company, but not by the talent. Like, I think we recognize what she is, and Bayley should be world champion come April. That's my personal opinion. But it also sucks because it doesn't suck because she's not facing Rhea.
Right.
Damn, he really ride for his. Right. He ride for his.
Hey, when I was on the road, me and Rhea, we're really good friends. I'm good friends with everyone, but me and Rhea, I always call her wifey. Like, we're really good friends that way, and but it's all in fun, so let's not get it twisted. Like, Buddy's my friend too, and I respect everybody in their relationships. Yeah. So before anyone starts,
don't put none of that in the air. All right. It's just co-workers. Damn it.
So Shelton, you talk about all the new things that are working. What are the things that you see that when you first broke in still work when you see it come across on TV?
Selling. More than anything. Selling. When done right, like, your ability to sell sucks people into your match even more. And again, this isn't taking a shot at anyone, but I'm like, in my thinking, while it was entertaining, I still wanted people to think I'm hurting people when I do stuff. I'm not just doing a move because it looks cool. I'm not just doing a move because I can. And for my time, I was really flashy as far as my offense was, but at the same time, I still wanted people to think, well, if he hit me, it's going to hurt. And like I said, so I selling. That's one thing that no matter what, it always works. Like, you can go into a match, you can suck people in because, trust me, Cody Rhodes right now, he's selling. Like, his whole story is about him selling and persevering, and we hope. Everyone's hoping that he'll finally finish the story at Mania, but right now he's selling. Look at all the torment in and out of the ring he has to go through. That's, to me, great storytelling. So, that's one thing. Guys have gotten smaller, physically, and we can go into a huge debate about why that is. I feel like guys, I should say guys have gotten smaller. I should say the industry, particularly WWE, because that's what I know best, has gotten way healthier. Way healthier compared to the 80s and 90s when guys, maybe, enhancing themselves or just pushing themselves too hard. I feel like today's locker room, way healthier. Yeah. So, I know when I first broke in, there was a lot of, premature deaths and things like that from guys who were, dealing with substance abuse and various other reasons. But I don't see that happening nearly as much with the current crop, at least WWE talent, because it's such a healthy locker room now, like day and night. So that's a huge change for the better. And I hope it continues.
Yeah, pro wrestlers growing old.
Yeah.